Welcome back to Dynamic Life today. We didn't have an episode last week. This thing isn't cooperating with me now. Awesome. Because with all that I'm going through, my body decided, hey, let's throw some allergies at him. So I was dealing with that last week and didn't have an episode. But today I've got Cailyn with me. Um, so we didn't really talk about what we're going to talk about, but I think she'll adjust pretty well to the plan that I have in mind. Um, what else? Go to the wide shot, Liam. Yeah, so we got that funny little box showing up on our wide shot. I just got a new camera, and it's the same as my other two, but it's different, which I hate it when companies do that. So if you own a company, please stop doing that. That would be super. We do need to adjust that. Why is that camera all weird now? It's not really showing me. Yeah, adjust it just a little bit. There we go. All right, we're working in real time here, guys. But that's all right. We like it that way. So last week, just to update you on my health, those of you that are following, last week I had allergies, which normally wouldn't be a huge deal, but dealing with heart recovery, then allergies, it was just like, come on, let's just stop. So the worst of it only lasted 3 days, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but it still was pretty annoying. But we're back this week. Yesterday was a little bit of a rough day. I woke up. The first part of the day was okay, and then about half an hour after waking up, an hour after waking up, I started shivering uncontrollably, and I still don't know. And I have a guess as to part of what was going on, but I was just like I was cold, like I was almost in the um, this sounds extreme, but it felt like I was in the beginning stages of hypothermia. Like I just could not. I got under the huge bedspread that we have and just could not get warmed up until I finally went in the shower and just turned it really hot and eventually stopped shivering and my body temperature kind of warmed back up and the rest of the day was okay. But just for curiosity's sake, and this is not medical advice at all, nothing I say is medical advice, but I will say this has been my experience. Last week, I've been taking a citrus bergamot supplement that's supposed to kind of clear your arteries, and it's got a nitrous oxide boost in it too, so that's supposed to kind of dilate your vessels and make your blood flow really well. And I ran out last week, and this particular one that I like buying takes a week to get to me, but I forgot about that, so I went about a week without it, culminating in yesterday being that kind of rough experience. And but the citrus bergamot arrived yesterday, and I took it last night, and today I feel better. So take that for what it is. It's not medical advice, but it is kind of interesting that like I feel better today. So I don't know. I'm starting to believe in a lot of this stuff. Well, I've been believing in a lot of it, but you're just never quite sure. Like, is this what's fixing it, or is it the medication, or is it something else? And um, so I try to go with experience a little bit. And like I say, I have no idea, but that's my experience. Felt like crap yesterday. Today I feel good. So take that for what it's worth. Um, so Cailyn, I thought today we could talk about. I was actually supposed to have another guest today, but they had a family emergency. So, and I wanted to be consistent and get another episode out. And Cailyn's always a good guest anyway. So, um, unless you've got something you particularly want to talk about, I thought we'd talk a little bit about your side of the experience since December, going through your dad almost dying and all that kind of stuff.
You're fine. That's a little dramatic, bud.
Well, not really. I mean, I
To be
could
fair, there
have.
was a point where like, when we first took you to the hospital, I was like, Lily can pull up the text. I was like, my dad is not dying. He's
Well, and that's
not
kind of
going
what I
to
want to
die.
talk about is because through this all, most kids would go through that and kind of fall apart, but you never did. Like you were always
I was freaking out the first time. 'Cause we spent like
Yeah, a little
5
bit,
hours
but you didn't.
waiting.
But you got over it. So let's just go through the whole experience, and kind of hear it from your side. So I did do a video where I talk about. I haven't had time to edit it and get it up yet, so I'm gonna try to do that this week. But right before my actual surgery, so I had a heart attack in December, and then I had surgery in April, because our medical system. Um, and right before the surgery, I did a video where I kind of recapped everything that had gone on up until then. So I'll try to get that up so you guys can kind of hear my side of it. But for those of you that haven't heard, if you're following us on social media, I'm trying to kind of keep up with my experience, and it's partially to keep friends and family updated, but also like my main goal is to help people that are actually going through it, to help them with my, especially if they're at an earlier stage of what I've gone through, and give them hope that everything's going to be okay, or kind of what to look for, that kind of stuff. But so I had the heart attack in December, caught it in time though, so it wasn't, like I didn't die, but kind of felt like I was going to for a while. And then went home. They stented one of my arteries that night, but the other one they said, well, they decided it was better to do open heart surgery than to try to stent it. Which the second time I went to the so I had the surgery in April where they did the triple bypass, and then 2 weeks later went back in because one of my grafts was collapsing. I didn't know that's what it was at the time, but that's what it was. And so they stented the original artery on that, which for me was kind of like, well, why didn't you just do that in the first place? But I guess the open heart surgery was still beneficial. I still have two other grafts that are fine. Um, so that was kind of my experience. I mean, I went through a lot of like later on, my own personal experience was like, well, God didn't bring me this far just to kill me now. Like, He may as well have done it in December. So I'm just going to trust the process and trust that everything's okay. But that first experience was really kind of like, what's going on here? Why am I going through this? Is this it? Is this? So that's kind of my perspective. And again, I did that in another video, so I don't want to spend too much time on that. But I do want to kind of hear. Maybe I'll do this with each of my kids, their experiences. But Cailyn, I think, was the one that actually visited the most. Colin doesn't love hospitals, and I'm fine with that. I don't either. So he wasn't there that much. Liam came a couple times also. Oh, speaking of which, Colin graduated yesterday, so that's pretty rad. I'll throw a picture up there when I edit this, which you wouldn't have known if I hadn't said that. So let's just pretend I didn't say that, and the picture's just up there. So congratulations to him. Super awesome. I don't really like some of the ways they changed. I don't know. There was just some weird stuff. Like there are a lot of kids with gowns open, which we never did in high school. So I don't understand that. But and then the way they did the like cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, was different than what has been traditional. So he graduated cum laude, which should have been at least magna, but we'll leave that alone. Um, so did an amazing job. I of course got emotional because now it's real. He actually graduated, so he's now working, and we're all very proud of him. And just wanted to shout him out a little bit on this. So on to the topic at hand. So what was your experience? Let's say like the night that I went into the hospital the first time. We didn't know what it was because it wasn't like traditional heart attack symptoms, which was a bummer because if I had said the word heart attack, it wouldn't have taken the emergency room 2 hours to get me in and check me out. There were people in there with the snivels that were getting in before me, so medical system, woohoo! Um, so it was about 2 hours of me just in, which was good that it was excruciating pain because it takes that to get me to go to the hospital in the first place. So it was lucky that it was as painful as it was. Um, but what was your experience that night? Like, what what were the thoughts that were going through your head and kind of your experiences through that?
I don't know. I was like terrified because it was taking so long and standing you kept walking outside and I was like, is it gonna take him falling on the ground, literally about to die, for them to finally get to him? 'Cause there was this guy too that was with his dad. He had like 5 seizures before they even noticed that he was having seizures and rushed him into the back. But I felt so bad because the dad was probably used to it. He's probably got a condition or something, and he wasn't freaking out, or he wasn't showing that he was. So I don't know. That made me sad. Again, the medical system, but um, yeah, I don't know. I literally, mom was like, Cailyn, there's nothing we can do. I was like, go tell them. Like, go up to them and be like, hey, he's really in a lot of pain. He might be having a heart attack right now. And I did, like, multiple times. And every time um, they were like, just a few minutes or something. And then it was a couple more hours. And then one time she said that she would go back to check with the doctors. And I don't even remember how long she took to come back, but she didn't come back to us. So that was not fun.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I've said it a few times on social media, especially that it's fine, Liam. That's good enough. Um, what was I gonna say? I I've heard people talk all the time about how terrible our medical system is and everything, and I just kind of like, okay, whatever. But it really is pretty bad. Um,
Yeah.
Fortunately, I learned my lesson on that one, and when the graft was collapsing, I didn't even hesitate when we went to the hospital. I was like, I just had a heart attack and heart surgery. Get me back there, and they were pretty quick that time. So, um, but then same thing. So I've had this experience twice where like I wish stuff would happen earlier in the week because both times it happened on Thursday or Friday, and apparently cardiologists don't work on the weekends, so I ended up spending more time in the hospital than I needed to, which not only costs a lot of money, but it's just like I don't want to be in a hospital. Like, fix me. Um, so with the heart attack, uh, I had to stay there all weekend because nobody was there to do an angiogram. They finally did it on Monday, and then when the graft collapsed, it was the same thing. Like it happened on Friday, and then they had to stabilize me. Well, it was like Friday night, I think. So it was nighttime already. I think it was like 1 o'clock when I actually got through, or maybe it was 11 when we went in. But they got me through immediately. But then there's nobody on staff that can do an angiogram apparently until Monday. So, and then that time they took me in to do the angiogram and they were like, okay, here's what's going on, but we can't fix it because they didn't give you Plavix over the weekend. So we've got to like overload you with Plavix and then we can do it tomorrow. So I had to have angiogram done twice, or not an angiogram. Like the first time it was an angiogram, the second time it was going in to fix it. But um, first time they went through my leg, which when they do that, you have to hold your leg completely still for like 4 hours. So my back was killing me by the end of that. And then the second time on Tuesday, I was basically begging them to go through my arm. I was like, just go through because with that you can move your arm around. Like they have like a bracelet that they fill with air that puts a lot of pressure on it while it's healing. But you can move around at least. With the leg, you have to keep it completely still. So they were able to do that, and they put a couple more stints in. But anyway, back to the original point. It's just like I don't know. I mean, our medical system may be better than some, but it's not the best that it can be. And having to deal with now, I'm having to deal with um, cardiac rehab, and everybody's like, well, we're not sure if the insurance is going to pay for it, and it's this runaround with the insurance because we don't have traditional insurance because we can't afford it. Um, so anyway, it's just been kind of a huge mess. So now I'm kind of a believer, and apologize to all of you that think that our medical system is pretty bad. It is. It needs a lot of improvement. So, but I didn't do this to just rant all day. Um, so back to kind of your experience. I mean, there was that first night, and then was there a shift somehow? Was there something that happened? Because from then on out, like once I got in, you never looked like a daughter whose dad had almost died or whose dad was, in the hospital with heart problems. You kind of, I don't know, explain it. Like you were always positive and uplifting. So I don't know. Like, was there a?
Like that night or just any day after that?
I don't know if you really saw me that night.
No, I
Once
don't
I
think I
went
did.
in, I don't think you really saw me that night. Once I went in, but when you visited me after that, it seemed like it had changed. Because I did see, yeah, you're right. I mean, I did see you a little bit worried the night that it happened. But then after that, like you didn't act like a daughter who almost lost her dad. Um,
Because I didn't.
okay,
Because you
expand on
didn't
that.
die.
Yeah, I mean that's it. Just I didn't die, so therefore
Well,
everything's good.
I mean, I don't know. I think I got a lot of peace from God. That was literally all I was hanging on to. And for some reason, it like overtook me. Because I feel like everybody was like, um, checking in on me too. And I was like, I'm okay. I have peace about it. Which was a great shift because it was not fun to be terrified that first night. Um, but I did kind of freak out that night. I had to drive you all the way to Riverside with my permit. That
Why? You did fine. You'd already been driving for a while.
um, well, I wasn't freaking out. I wasn't freaking out about the driving. I was freaking out just because I was like, what's going on now?
Mm,
Because I thought it was all better after the heart surgery and everything. Um, and also, I was a little nervous to drive on the freeway, but it was because I was already panicked about what was going on with you. So I was like, and I almost went through some red lights.
yeah,
But that's okay.
I think we would have forgiven you for that. Yeah, that wasn't fun for me either, obviously, but yeah, that was a crazy experience. The problem with that is that now every time there's the slightest like because the original heart attack presented in my arms, like there was no chest pain. There was none of the traditional stuff. There may have been some back pain, but I always
There
have
were
back pain, so but it was all in my arms. Like that's
That's a symptom though.
well, but it's not the one they tell you to look for all the time. Like it can be a symptom, but it's not the one that,
Okay. And
you know. So, but I didn't know it was a heart attack because of that. Um so anyway, my point in that is that now anytime sometimes this arm will hurt just a little bit, like it's still bruised from I mean it started out bruised because of the angiogram and then I hit it against something like a week later, so it's still a little bit bruised. For some reason that bruising takes a while to go away, but every once in a while there's just like a dull pain there that um, is really just because of the position I have my arm in or whatever, but it freaks me out every time. I'm like, shoot, like, is this bad? Is this, every little thing is just like, okay, what's happening? Was it, I'm just super aware of my body and everything that's going on. So, um, yesterday in particular, when I was shivering for no reason, I was just like, good gosh, can we just stop this? Like, at this point, I just really want to be back to normal. Um, and it's taking a while to get there. And mom was talking to someone yesterday that um, had the same thing I did, same surgery, and they said, yeah, it was about a year before we really felt back to normal. And I'm just like, ugh, a year is so long, but I guess God wants me to rest, so here we are. Um, so yeah, that was kind of freaky the second time around, and then having them tell me, well, it's not common, but it happens. It could be because of this or because of that. I'm like, give me some straight answers, please. Let's figure this out. I haven't had anything major since then, and I kind of every time something does happen, I think like, okay, how does my heart feel? Like, can I maybe it misfires or maybe there's something else? Like even with the shivering, like when I was shivering, I wasn't feeling the same thing that I felt when I went into the hospital the second time. So my heart didn't feel like it was exploding out of my chest. So I was like, okay, my heart's okay. There's something else going on. Let's figure this out. But that's really hard when you're all you think is like, here we go again, that kind of thing. So, well, I thought that would be a little more drawn out, but it sounds like he
There's not much to say.
just kind of switched on you, and
Yeah.
you went from being panicked to being okay. I guess that's the power of God.
Yeah.
Um,
Sovereign.
and I guess I've kind of experienced that too, where I'm just anytime something is off with my body, I kind of just haven't made it this far, just to die now, and everything's gonna be okay, and we'll figure it out. And, but yeah, once you're like fully attuned with your body, every little thing is just like, what is this? What is this? What is that? Um, and like the bigger bummer, I think, is not getting. Everybody has their own opinion about nutrition, so you can ask 10 different people, and it's going to be 10 different things. So it's like, okay, I ate a piece of bread. Is that going to kill me? And I'm constantly worried about stuff like that. Um,
I love bread.
yeah, me too. But I don't eat nearly as much as I used to, so I kind of just try to.
It's okay. It turns into sugar.
Right. That's why you're not supposed to eat it.
I know, but my heart is healthy.
Well,
So
so far, yeah, but we can't keep telling you
hey,
three. We gotta
it runs
start
in the
thinking
family
now.
in men. I'm safe.
Mm,
Almost. I'm almost 100% sure.
we're still gonna take you to a heart doctor and make sure. Well, what else has been going on in your life?
Um, I don't know. I get a break for this summer, so
Yeah,
no
summer's here.
theater.
That's nice.
Summer is my favorite season ever
Why is that?
because it's my time to thrive. Not that I don't thrive throughout the year, but like, oh my gosh, the beach trips, the all the free time to spend in my Bible and doing crafts and just doing everything that makes me so happy. I love school, but it's so long. And
Yeah,
I'm so grateful to finally be done with chemistry. Um I passed with a B.
failure.
Whatever. That's the lowest grade I've ever gotten in high school.
Those of you
So,
watching, she knows I'm kidding.
yeah. Yes, my parents have instilled in me that my grades do not define me and that they're not part of my identity. That they matter, of course they do. But as long as I try my best, the outcome is whatever it is.
Yeah, you're just not good at chemistry. That's okay.
Yeah, I probably didn't try my best, but also there were a lot of things that, like, I'm telling you, I literally just could not comprehend and I could not understand no matter how hard I tried. So I think that discouraged me and made me stop trying, um,
Yeah,
which was not great, but hey, at least I passed. I think I only passed because of my extra credit, though. Or, no, I would have passed still, but, like, I think I only got a B on my final because of my extra credit.
That's all right. We'll take it.
We'll take it. And I technically didn't even really earn that because we did a Kahoot and the teacher said for every person that beats her in the Kahoot without her using a calculator or anything, she will give us that many points of extra credit, every single one of us, on the final. And I was right below her. But like 12 people beat her. So we got a lot of credit.
Nice. Well, that's good. I mean, you wound up in a class with a teacher who couldn't do Kahoot very well.
Yeah, I guess so. Or maybe it just took her, because Kahoot also counts points for like how quickly you come up with the answer. So maybe we just came up with the answers quicker too because we were using calculators.
Mm,
But there were some that she got wrong. I was like,
nice. So, what are your plans for summer?
um, I actually made a list of like my goals for the day, like every day. Um, some of them include making myself a special drink. This is an Arnold Palmer, and it's really good. Um, doing a craft every day, doesn't matter what it is, just something creative. Uh, music, I don't know. I'm gonna go to the beach. I'm gonna go to Europe. Hopefully, go to the beach in Europe. uh, I'm so excited for camp and Carlsbad. It's gonna be a good summer. I'm excited.
It is going to be pretty good. I personally have struggled a little bit with just. I haven't been working for the last 6 months, 5 months, because of all the heart issues. And when. So, the original plan was we were going to go for like 3 weeks and Colin was going to stay for another two. But then he found out that his cousins were busy and couldn't really do anything anyway. So I decided, well, maybe I'll stay with him, and then we were trying to figure out because I had already booked all of your tickets. I hadn't booked mine yet, so I had some. I still haven't booked my return flight, but I had some
You're
leeway in
staying.
what I was gonna do. Um, so originally I was like, all right, maybe a week. Well, but then we'll have to change Colin's flight, which is gonna cost money. So maybe we just stay for the 2 weeks. And I was like, I can't stay for 2 extra weeks. And then I was like, oh, why not? I guess I can. So Colin and I are gonna fly over to England and Ireland for a couple weeks after you guys come back, and then we're hoping to stay with some friends in Ireland. They're checking on whether they'll have other people there that week, but we're hoping to stay with some friends, and so won't have to pay for a hotel for the week in Ireland, but and then in England, I'll be with Colin, so he's not going to care. We don't have to stay in like 5-star hotels. We can just stay in hostels or whatever it is. So it's going to be interesting. I'm a little bit nervous. I am going to get checked out. My cardiologist wants to do an EKG before I go, and I did wear that monitor for 2 weeks, so everything I think looks good. I mean, they have to look at the information, but I didn't really feel anything for those 2 weeks, so I think everything's going to be all right. I know everything's going to be all right. That's kind of exciting. Um, there was something else I was going to ask you, something about your plans. Maybe not. What are you hoping to see in Europe?
The Eiffel Tower and wait, where else we go? I don't really know what's in Germany, but I want to see art museums. Um, yeah, I low key don't even know what's in Europe. I'm just excited to explore. I know Paris has art museums. Mom said that the one with the Mona Lisa, I forgot what it's called. That one. Um, she said that the tickets are like $65 per person, but then she was like, "Oh, it's like $5 for you guys." And I was like, "That's a crazy jump. Like for minors it's $5 and then for adults it goes all the way to 65. That's a crazy jump."
Well, that's how they afford to give you $5 tickets. They charge 65 for the rest.
That's insane. Well, we might go on a little adventure without you guys. Oh, but then it can only be Liam and I because Colin can't even go.
Why not?
He's not a minor.
Well, we're gonna spend the $65 to go to the Louvre. It's not like
You are? Oh, okay.
yeah, it's. I mean, it's expensive, but it's the Louvre. We're not gonna miss that.
Yeah.
Just send you and Liam. That would be weird. Take a picture of the Mona Lisa for us.
I
Even though you're
got
not
you, bruh.
allowed to.
You're not allowed to?
I don't think so. Usually, you can't take pictures in art museums like that.
Not even with it?
Mm, maybe it's just flash photography. Maybe you can take it without the flash.
That'd be kind of lame if I can't take a picture. Picture it didn't happen.
Yeah, right. It's not on Facebook. It didn't happen.
I don't have Facebook.
Well, mom does. So do I. I just don't post very much. Um, well, that's cool. So Europe camp, crafts,
Yes.
all kinds of fun stuff.
Singing.
Um, we did just finish. I almost did a mom transition. We did finish Newsies last week. So
What do you
how
mean
was
you
that
almost did a
experience?
mom transition? What were you gonna say?
Well, I kind of still did, where you just move into
Just
something else without any
something
transition.
completely
Yeah,
random.
not random, just no transition into the next topic.
No, but how
Um,
mom does it is like we'll be talking about one thing, and then, but the way she like doesn't transition, you don't even know what she's talking about
yeah,
next, and you think she's still talking about what you guys are talking about, but she's not.
yeah,
And I'm like, what? I don't know how her brain works. She's like, you didn't see the transition in my brain?
nope. Actually, after all this time, I kind of do sometimes. Takes
Oh,
me a few
that's
seconds, but
crazy. I don't.
well, it takes me a few seconds, but I'm able to be like, okay, she's not talking about what I think she's talking about. So what is she talking about? Okay, now I got it.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
But yes, we did just finish Newsies.
How was that experience for you?
So good.
Yeah,
It's like my one of my favorite shows ever of all time. But some people said they didn't like it. Not like our production of it, just the show in general. And I was like, how do you not like Newsies? They were like, it's kind of boring. And then I'm like, it's based on a true story. And they're like, oh, it's
yeah.
boring.
I don't know. That was the first one since Matilda where I saw it probably 6 times, and I was okay with that. Like,
Yeah.
well, other than most of the other ones, I do see 8 or 9 times, but I'm backstage, so I don't really see it from the front. But this time, I was doing the closed captions, which is a new thing. So the times that I was actually working the show, I was actually watching it. So I saw it
Yeah.
twice as an audience member, and then 4 times, I think, doing the closed captions plus whatever rehearsals I saw. So and I never got sick of it. I mean, you guys were so
Newsies was
amazing in
like
that.
my dream show.
Yeah,
I'm, yeah, I was so grateful to be able to do it. It's so good.
yeah, yeah. It was really good. I'm sad for all the people that missed out on it.
Yeah. Bummer.
Yeah, go to the next one.
Sucks to suck, I
Scrooge.
guess.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
So Scrooge is the next one. I don't know any of the parts in Scrooge. Is there a part you're hoping for in Scrooge?
I don't know any of the parts. I know there's Scrooge and probably Tiny Tim or something. I don't know.
Yep. There's definitely those two. Bob Cratchit, Scrooge, Tiny Tim. Maybe it could be Bob Cratchit's wife. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I was just trying to think of like what female roles there are, and it doesn't seem like unless they've written it in. I mean, obviously I know the story, but I've never seen the musical, so I don't know what roles are in it,
Well, Scrooge
especially
is
for
also
females.
different than A Christmas Carol. They're two different shows.
Right. The musicals are. There's two different musicals,
Like
but
with we're doing Charlie too. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is different than Wonka.
yeah. Well, Wonka's is Wonka the same as the movie, where it's kind of his past, not
Like the new movie?
yeah,
Um, I don't know.
where it's kind of his origin story.
I don't know, man.
Okay, you should know the musicals that you're about to do.
We're not about to do Wonka. We're about to do Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, I thought it was Wonka that we were doing. So we're doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So that is the traditional, or not
Yes.
traditional, but the closer to the original
Mhm.
Gene Wilder version. Yeah.
And then Oklahoma.
Then Oklahoma, and you're hoping to. What's the part you're hoping to get?
Ado Annie.
Ado
I'm
Annie.
gonna go for it. She's so cute. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yes. But I will be cheering on whoever gets that role. Because there's a lot of people who would be really good in that role.
As you always do. I'm always. That's what I'm more proud of is the attitude you have when you don't get the part that you want.
I don't think I don't think we've ever really done a musical where it was like a dream role of mine though.
Hmm.
Like Ado Annie would be so much fun to play and I'm so excited. But I don't know like I don't even know if I have a dream role right now. I really want to play Belle, but I don't think we're going to do Beauty and the Beast while I'm at Cat.
Yeah, not unless Disney starts. I mean,
Come
the
on,
story
Disney.
I've gotten is that they've kind of stopped giving out licenses for now.
Thumbs down.
Yeah. I don't think it's forever. I think they're reworking some stuff, probably trying to figure out how to make more money off of people. But,
Ugh. As if they don't make enough.
well, it depends on who you ask, I guess. um, so yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
Oh, you know what? Anya was one of my dream roles too. But I was also just really happy to be in Anastasia because that's also a dream show of mine. And Charlotte was absolutely fantastic as Anya. Like,
Yeah,
I was so proud.
that was a really good show too. I really like that one. Um, I mean, I really like all your shows, but Anastasia was really good, and maybe it's kind of the historical shows that are getting to me because I kind of know some of the history and
Did you
there's
know about
something
the
about
Newsies?
I knew it was a based on a true story and I don't know like the whole story but I have seen Newsies before so I
Well, it's basically just the same story. They added characters, though.
yeah
I think. I
um,
don't know. I'm assuming so.
but just knowing like even if I don't know the exact history just knowing that it is a part of history knowing that it's kind of a true story kind of gives it a little more um, depth for me I guess
Whereas it makes it boring to some people.
yeah that's I don't
I
know
don't
that's weird.
understand how you can watch Newsies and be bored. Somebody, I don't remember who, somebody told me that the music was repetitive.
I can see that, but that's kind of any musical
Well, I
because
was like, you have to have like the same style throughout the musical. Like Hamilton, that's all hip hop music.
right,
I just watched Next to Normal, which is actually really good. That's all rock.
yeah. Well, but I think what they're saying is that with a lot of musicals too, and particularly with Newsies, is you get the composer creates a theme that he puts throughout, so you don't always realize it, but the a lot of the songs are kind of the same melody or like a similar melody, but they're different words,
I
or
don't
kind of
think they were the
reworked.
same melody. I think that some of the songs were repeated. Like Seize the Day, that
Hmm.
was definitely repeated throughout the show, but that's because that was like their anthem.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
So
Musicals aren't for everyone. That's okay.
no, they aren't. Um,
Some people just come to support me.
and we're cool with that. I also wish they enjoyed the musical too, because they're so good.
Yeah.
Um, what else did you guys do this year? Anastasia, Newsies. What was the fall one?
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. That's right. Yeah, that was really good too.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to like that one as much as I did. I really enjoyed it.
I was expecting you to like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the kind of show you would like.
I guess so, but I think I was just so used to the movie that I wasn't sure. I hadn't seen the musical yet, so
I haven't seen the movie in forever.
yeah. You guys always do such an amazing job that you make me like things that I don't expect to like. Um,
I'm gonna go back to Next to Normal really quickly because I briefly mentioned it, but I kind of want to watch it with you guys. It was really good and
is
it
that
was
a
really
musical?
sad. Yeah, it they just
What's it on?
put out a pro shot on PBS. So anybody can watch it. You just search it on Safari. And here's the thing though. So I watched it yesterday, and as good as it was, like it was absolutely incredible. I think this is just like a personal thing. Um, I finished it last night, and then I kind of just sat there for a second, and I was like I didn't feel like I wasted my time, but I was what did I just do? I don't know. I felt like um I don't think it was about the musical that it was. I think it was just that I felt like there was a better way I could have used my time than sitting there. I don't know.
Mm,
I've never like I don't know. I've never really felt that, but I was like I wasn't convicted about the musical itself. It was so weird. I was just like, okay, what now? Like
yeah.
I go read my Bible
Is that
and
after
go
we
to
got home
bed.
last night?
Yeah, I finished it when we got home.
Got home kind of late. When did you start? You started it earlier in the day and finished it when we
Yeah,
got
I
home last
watched
night?
half of it earlier in the day. Yeah, so what I just said made no sense, but like I don't know how to explain it. I had it in my head and then I lost it. But that's
Yeah,
okay.
I get it because I sometimes feel that way too, but there's really nothing wrong with enjoying yours. I mean, it took me
Yeah.
44 years to finally get to the point where it's like it's okay to enjoy myself sometimes. Especially if you had nothing else to do. Like, what would you have done if you weren't watching it? Would you have solved world peace or something? Like, what?
I don't know, read my Bible or something. Oh, here's how I had it in my head. It didn't I guess not all things can, but it didn't like fulfill me in any way. Like it didn't spiritually fulfill me. It didn't so I don't know, I was just questioning cuz I was like if it didn't do anything for me, like is that a waste of time?
But you kind of said it did do something for you. You really enjoyed it, didn't you?
I did. It was really good. So I guess it did fulfill my enjoyment.
It sounds like it fulfilled you.
Yeah, we should watch it all together. But I was explaining the plot to
See, that
mom.
might be a waste of time.
What, watching it again?
Yeah, you've
But
already
I
seen it.
want to watch it with you guys. Um I was trying to explain the plot to mom and it's a little bit dark, but she was like, "Okay." And I was like, "It's really good, I promise."
Yeah.
But it's a lot there's a lot about like mental health and basically the lead girl is like bipolar and schizo, and so her family is trying to learn how to deal with that. But it's so good.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
It's like 6 people in the show, I think. Wait, 4. Yes, 6. Here, I'll read the plot to you. Un momento. It's it's a Pulitzer Prize winning book. 2. I'll read the Wikipedia version, why not? The story centers on a mother who struggles with worsening bipolar disorder and the effects that managing her illness has on her family. The musical addresses grief, depression, suicide, drug abuse, ethics in modern psychiatry, and the underbelly of suburban life. That's it, I guess.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was great. There were lots of. There was a little plot twist at the end, and I audibly gasped. I was like, what? But
Those
it
are
was
my favorite.
great.
Yeah, stuff like that is good. I mean, I saw. I know you guys haven't seen it yet, but Thunderbolts was really. You think you're going to see a Marvel movie, and that thing was so deep. You're just like, oh my gosh, what did I just watch? But same thing, like mental health kind of stuff, and going through the darkness and having people go through it with you. I was just like, dude, what is Marvel? It's like this isn't a superhero movie anymore. It's like a full on awesome movie with a message wrapped up in a superhero movie. Um, yeah, I was pretty stoked about that. Uh, Here's the lull when we don't really have a plan, but um, what else has been going on? Anything? We've got musicals that we just finished and summer coming up. I think that's about it, right? Going to Europe.
Going to Europe. I want to go to Italy. I'm gonna go to Italy for my senior trip.
Okay, that's your choice.
Or Greece. Greece would be cool. But I also want to go to the Holy Lands.
Yeah, there's a lot of places to go.
I want to see the Bible lands.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be cool. I mean, I wish we could just stay over there, and I mean, I suppose we could, but gotta figure some stuff out before we do that.
Huh?
Hmm.
What do you mean stay over there?
Well, at least for a longer period than 5 weeks
I'm staying for 3 weeks.
or 3 weeks, in your case,
Yeah,
because you're
whatever.
so deprived.
Whatever.
Hey, when your senior trip comes around, you can stay for 5.
How many places can I go to?
Depends on how much money you have.
I thought the point of the senior trip is that I'm not paying for it.
Well, I mean, it depends. Because Colin and I, when we have those extra 2 weeks, like we're probably not going to be paying very much for that. And Colin's going to be paying part of his way because that was the original plan. He was supposed to stay there alone. So I don't know. We'll see. Got 2 more years. To figure it out. All right. Well, fun times. Thank you for doing this. I really am trying to stay consistent with getting an episode out every week, and just didn't work out. Well, didn't work out last week, and wasn't going to work out this week. But thanks for stepping in.
I hope I was entertaining.
You're always entertaining. It's partially my fault. I
I
didn't have
know.
a full plan for what we were going to do today, and
Yeah,
I thought that the original conversation would get
I didn't know what I was
drawn
doing.
out a little bit more. But that's right. We're going to throw it out there anyway, and hopefully people enjoy our banter. Um, Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week. Next week we do have guests, and I don't remember which guest it is, so I can't preview it for you. So, because I've got a couple of them lined up, so it's we're gonna have a good summer. We're gonna try to do this consistently, and anytime I have Cailyn on, um, she's a really good guest. I just didn't have a
Next
very
week you
good
have
plan for
Charlie.
today, so. Huh?
Next week you have Charlie.
Charlie, yes, and he is a pastor, so um, I don't know a ton about him because I met him through Sean, who was on a couple weeks ago.
Sean is awesome.
Yep, Sean is very cool. Thank you, Sean.
Cool guy.
So go watch that episode. It was a good episode. But we're gonna sign off for today. You're going to the beach in an hour,
Yes.
and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kicking it around here, I think. So have a blessed week, guys, and we'll see
Peace
you next
out.
week.